Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
Daryl Brian Clemens of St. Louis, Missouri. He shot a coach,
Right.
Allegedly, because the coach wasn't starting his child at youth football.
Now, I will say this. A lot of times there are a lot of problems with coaches and not playing kids that deserve it. A lot of time it is favoritism depending on, who's in the town. That's where you get a lot of problems with town ball, because a lot of times in town ball, it could be this person's son or that person's son. So I've dealt with that before as well. But never enough to want to shoot a coach.
Now, what's interesting is you was talking about your son last break.
Which one? Jackson or Logan?
Yeah, Jackson.
Jackson's the younger one.
And you said you and your wife gave up on him because he don't know how to play
No,
football. He's not good at football.
I gave up on him on football. I took him out of football.
Okay. Now, what's interesting about this, what you didn't share,
What?
he's the only black kid on the team.
Yes, he is.
He's the only black kid on the team. That has to be embarrassing. They expect him to be rushing for 500 yards a game.
Now you see where I'm at.
Scoring 6 touchdowns. Like, the white man was manhandling him on the football field.
You know what? He just and it's bad because Logan, he played football, was, like I said, was a stud. It got to the point where he was too good.
Logan like Mario, when Mario gets a star, white people just not falling off of him. He's bouncing off of him.
So it was to the point where I had to put Logan in the Newark League because the regular league wasn't tough enough.
He was running through the white people. You had to send him to the hoods in Newark so he could face some healthy competition.
Shout out to Brick City Lions, absolutely. But with Jackson, he wanted to play football like his brother, but he's really a soccer player. So when I put him on the pads and put him on everything, at the end of the game, everybody's jerseys is dirty.
He's clean,
crystal clean.
Damn.
So we had to take him out. So we just left him with soccer and basketball.
Well, thank you, Jackson, for defying all stereotypes of black people. You know what I'm saying? Who says we good at sports?
Right.
Yeah, he good at soccer. He get busy at soccer.
Okay.
He scored 2 goals a game.
The
basketball,
real football.
He gets busy. Well, you call it the real football. Yeah, real football. But the football where they wear, helmets and
The
stuff.
pads and stuff.
Nah, it wasn't for him.
He was a little too clean for
Wasn't for him, B.
Okay.
Nope. But let's go to the phone lines. 800-585-1051. We have a coach on the line. Beth, you there, Beth?
I show him. I had to take you off the speaker.
Hey, Beth. Good morning.
Oh, no, this is Tiffany.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Talk to us, Tiffany.
So we're talking about when kids suck at sports. So being a mother of 3 boys, very athletic. One of my sons really isn't athletic as the other ones. So then I just find out what they're good at and then praise them for that. I have one son that is an absolute monster out here. And I do see it from other parents where it's like they're upset because my son will get a lot of playing time or whatnot, and it's just like, it's not my fault, it's not my child's fault. Like, your son just isn't good. Find out what they're good at and stick them in it. That way you could be their number one fan versus their number one advocate, trying to stick up for them while they suck.
Damn. And they might just not be good now. They might have a growth spurt. All kind of stuff can happen. They children.
Oh, baby, that sport's just not for them.
Just give them some time.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, this is Tanner.
Hey, Tanner, good morning.
Good morning, man. How's it going?
Good. Now tell us
sound
about
like you sucked in sports.
I know he sounds like a coach, too.
Yeah, so, man, my daughter was the worst kid on the softball team, and this was a good team, right? So he was terrible, and I would show up, and it was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, but I spent a lot of time and a lot of money in getting hitting lessons and fielding lessons for about a solid 2 years. Now that kid is a solid stud.
Okay.
So don't give up. It's just gonna take a lot of time and money, but push him.
Okay. So your kid was trash, and now your kid is the number 2 best player out there.
And you're broke.
She went 6 for 7 this last weekend in the tournament. We took second place, so I definitely can't complain.
Okay, congratulations.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's child ain't gonna be like your child.
Yeah, that's the facts. That's facts, though.
I just want you to know that.
That's facts. 800-585-1051. If you're just joining us, we're talking about your kids being trash in sports. And, when do you realize, look, it's just time to pull them out? Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Cappuccino is here. Now, if you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
A guy named Daryl Clemens. Daryl Clemens allegedly shot a coach named Shaq Lattimore because Shaq wasn't starting his child at youth football.
So we're just asking 800-585-1051. When your kid is not good, when do you realize it's time to pull your kids out of the sports? Now, Cappuccino, you have a young daughter or son?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
A young daughter,
Yep. And she went out last year. She said she wanted to try out for her volleyball team. She's in middle school.
Okay.
I was like, okay, in my head, I'm like, encourage this child because she does not have any athletic abilities.
Okay.
But she just came out the blue. I want to try out for volleyball. Go for it.
Has she played volleyball
she
before?
She has never practiced. She has never played around. She knew nothing
so
of volleyball.
So she surprised you and made the team?
She did. No, whoa. Made the team? I asked her when she came home, did you make the team? How was the trials? Yeah, it's a lot of girls that are really good. And I was like, that's because you don't know how to play. And, instead of me bringing her down, in my head, I'm like, she ain't making it. Me and my husband talked. When she told us, we looked at each other, she not going to get on this team.
Yeah, I did that one time, man, and I'm not going to lie. That's one of those things that still make me feel bad as a parent now. It's one of those things that, I had to apologize for because when my daughter was like 8 or 9, she was running track and she did like the long jump. Never did it before. It was practice. Never did it before. It was just her first time, right? And she did it, and I was just like, "Oh man, that sucked." And she just burst into tears.
You said you told your daughter that sucked?
I was just like, "Yeah," but it's like,
at what age was she?
Like 8 or 9.
Goodness gracious!
And she just burst into tears, and that was one of the things that I had to apologize for because I'm like, "Yo, first of all, she's never done it before. It was practice. It was her first time doing it ever. You know what I mean? It's just like." You got to learn to filter yourself around your kids. You know what I mean? And we have to, as parents, we got to realize that, this is their first time doing something. Yeah. Will we expect them to be the greatest long jumper?
You told
ever?
Your daughter at 8 that sucked after the first time.
You just told Jackson you wanted to give up on him because he sucked at football. You need to shut up.
But
sir.
I didn't tell him. I just said, come on, get your gear.
You just said it to millions of people on the radio.
I told get your gear.
You just told millions of people on the radio. You told Gear to turn down the radio.
I told my wife to turn down the radio. See what it
just to say.
That was just telling the
trash. You should just give up on your child if they suck at football.
Nah, you just
gave up on poor Jackson because he
wasn't good at football. You just told your daughter that she sucked.
I apologize. Did you apologize after you done gave up on Jackson? Or you done gave up on him?
I put him in soccer.
I
put him in soccer.
Straight up.
Okay. We went to another sport, and basketball.
Yeah, I didn't tell my child she sucked. I just looked at her like, good try. Try for the next thing. See what you like.
Yeah. See what you like. Hello, who's this?
Nicole from PA.
Hey, Nicole from PA. Talk to us.
I forgot. He told me the question and I forgot all about it.
We were talking about when your kids are not that good at sports and it's time to just, take them out.
I knew my son wasn't good at a sport. My oldest son is when he just gave up on practice. So I kind of just got frustrated and was like, I still threw him out there, but I kind of made him more mad. So I feel like if your son don't want to do it, don't push him into it because that's gonna make them hate the sport. So they can figure it out with another sport. Like he's ready for basketball, so I'm like, all right, let's get it cracking. But then my youngest one, he's aggressive with football, so he was always there at my older son's football games, trying to be the water boy. So he's dedicated. So I push him to do it because I know he got it. He's driven. But I don't know about what the other dad did. I could talk to the coach and talk, but I don't know.
So you telling us that your son pulled a Allen Iverson and was complaining about practice? That's what happened?
I guess so.
See that got to suck too.
Complain, or he just so short, or he goes to his dad, and then his dad's like, "Oh, he don't want to go." And his ESS needs to get there.
How do we know he didn't see that video? He might have saw the Allen Iverson video and might have just been reenacting that.
See that got to be tough
well,
too.
You know these kids today, they be watching everything.
Right.
See, that got to suck too. So say your kid plays football, right, and he's not good, right? So when that usually happens, they make him the water boy, right? So now as a parent, your kid is not playing. He's just the water boy. He only comes out during timeouts and halftime to give water. That got to hurt too.
But he's still getting a participation trophy at the end of the day.
Nah.
Give him the participation
trophy. Don't use my son as the water boy.
Just pull him from the team.
Nah.
Okay.
Or your son or your daughter's on a dance team and they just use her to pull the pads out.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
I would feel away, though.
Nah.
We can't do that.
Which one is yours? The one that's running water out?
Yeah.
Nah.
Do you go to the games if your child's a water boy? Like
you got to. You got to support.
No,
really?
If you don't know that your child is a water boy and I get there, I'm gonna be like, what you doing? You're not.
Because they put your son out when they lose, when they win in 40-0, and then he could get a chance to play.
No, once I realize that my child is the water person, we gonna have to have a side conversation. Not with the coach, because I'm not shooting no coaches. I'm having a side conversation with my child. Like, you don't feel like this is embarrassing for you?
Damn. Shoot all the water boys out there and the water girls. At least try to be the punter or something. You can be the you don't have to be the water person.
Right. Go for bigger. That's all.
Pause. All right. What's the moral of the story?
I mean, I think the moral of the story is too, you don't want to give up on your kids too early, man, because you just don't know. Like, your kids might just not be good for the moment. They might have a growth spurt. They might grow to be the best in the game. Some things just take time. You got to respect the process, I would think.
As long as they practice. If they ain't practicing, they just trying out for something they ain't never done before. I mean, if they trash, they trash.
That's right.
Yeah, and that whole Michael Jordan didn't make his team. They tell that to every kid when you get cut.
That's true.
When they cut me on my high school team, my freshman year, they was like, we just want to let you know that Michael Jordan got cut. Like that was gonna make me feel better.
Inspiration.
That made me feel better.
It should have.
Yeah,
There's a lesson in that.
Well, I started DJing from there, so F them. All right. When we come back, we got rumors. What we talking about in the rumors?
We are talking about DJ Mustard's ex-wife, criticizing him for considering her an unfit parent.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.